Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to check my sound, make sure you can hear me okay. Comment there and let's see what we got here. Sound, yep, sound looks good. Of course, nobody in the channel yet. It's just gone 8 a.m. Indochina time, and that's in Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Southeast Asia, where I live. And we are looking at the gold chart, XAU USD, on the 10-minute time frame you see here. And this is the trendline strategy. It's made a big drop on the first candle. Yesterday, we had a big, massive red candle to start the day off with, and then Tokyo started to push it up a little bit, and then Singapore and Shanghai opened, and they pushed it up even further during the Asia session, and then it started to fall down. And this is kind of London over in here. They went sideways mostly, and then before the U.S. market opened, before Wall Street, then it just went down. During most of the U.S. session, we had a downward move, and then sideways, and then a little bit of a kick back up. So kind of a roller coaster yesterday. Big move between 47.30 and 46.65. About a $65 move up and down during the day yesterday. But that was yesterday. Here we are today. Let's see what's going on. And Tokyo pushed it up initially. This is the first candle with Tokyo. And now we're getting a move down from the Singapore and Shanghai markets opening. And this is the trend line strategy here we're looking at. So if you follow me, you know what I'm looking for. Good morning, Nova. 2 a.m. there in Nigeria. I believe that's where you're from. Somewhere in Africa. I know. We get people here from Africa, from Nigeria, from Ghana, quite a few countries in Africa, people tuning in. It's either very late at night for you or very early in the morning, 2 a.m. And the Asian market has just opened up. And what I'm looking for is a break below and a close below this first trend line here, this upward trend line. And that would be an indication for me to go short. But I don't do anything on the first candle. Wait for that candle to close because it can change. It looks bearish now, but it might turn bullish. And if we should break above and close above this downward trend line, then I would go long. And these trend lines, they go all the way back to the monthly chart. It's a top-down analysis from the monthly to the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, and now on the 10-minute chart. And you see that candle is already changing, already changing. And down here at the bottom, I have this key level. That's at 46.60. And if you should go back to the daily chart, you can see that key level. That's where we've been for the last 20 days. The last 20 trading days, it's bouncing down around, just above, just below, staying around that key level of 46.60 for the last 20 trading days. So that's a very, very important level, 46.60. If we should break below that and close below it, then we could be heading to lower prices. That's where the market structure is now, between about 48.70 and 46.60, about a $200 market structure range. But we're getting lower lows and lower highs on both the daily and the 4-hour charts. That's the big picture. So it looks like we are heading for lower prices. And we certainly did see that yesterday in the US session. So just keep your eyes out for that key level there, 46.60. If we break below that and close below it, then we're very likely to head to lower prices. So we got another 5 minutes on this candle here. Don't know what it's going to do. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. We have resistance up here at 47.18. That's our first level of resistance. And then we have support down here at 46.55. And our pivot point, this is where we start for the day. It's like a magnet. The price moves away, comes back to it, drops below it, comes back to it. That's at 46.92. So we're right around that 4,700 zone. We did get up there. You see this Tokyo, the first Tokyo candle got up to 4,700 and then fell down. So that right there, 4,700, that's a strong psychological number, resistance level. Let me just put a number there. Yeah, 4,700, strong psychological resistance zone. And Tokyo pushed it up there, and now it's falling back down. I don't know if we're going to get anybody else. We've got 5 people watching. If you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from. I do appreciate that. Don't forget to click the like button. And if you guys want to contact me directly, you can get me on Telegram. That's my ID at RickRayFX. I have a Telegram chat group for traders. If you want to be added to that group, just reach out to me and let me know. I'll add you to the group. This week I won't be following social media. I won't be on Telegram, Line, WhatsApp, any of those things. I'm just staying away from social media this week. But I will read the messages. So if you want to reach out to me, feel free to do that on Telegram. And here's Vicky Zolo. Yeah, 307 in South Africa. Nova is 1 hour different from you. For Nova, it's 2 a.m. For you, it's 3 a.m. And we get a lot of people from Africa. You guys, you watch in the middle of the night. I don't know if that's because you work night shift or what. Or you get up early to go to work. My goodness. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. It's just gone past 8 o'clock a.m. It's now 8:08 a.m. in Southeast Asia. That's Indochina time. And Nova says we'll see another sweep around 46.70, 46.80. But my view still stand gold is bullish. I don't know why you're bullish on gold, but it is what it is. The day chart is bearish. The 4-hour chart is bearish. Um, and we're seeing lower lows and lower highs. But if you're bullish on gold, okay. I think you're the one that said yesterday in the Telegram group, buy gold and come back on Tuesday. Was that you, Nova? Well, if you buy here and then you come back on Tuesday, you have a big loss. So big move up initially, but then a big move down during the U.S. session. So we got our first candle here, another 30 seconds on this candle, and this is not going to close below the trend line. I don't think so. In just a minute, I'll look at the news. We got a lot of news coming out this week, a lot, and you need to be aware of the high impact news. Okay, we got our next candle coming, so we're going to continue down or go back up. Oh, it wasn't you, Nova? Okay. Somebody posted in the Telegram group. Yeah, they said yesterday morning, 24 hours ago, they said, buy gold. I don't know. Oh, you already got some profit this morning. What, you must have went long on the Tokyo opening. That's great. Congratulations. So I'm going to try and switch over here to the Forex Factory calendar, and let's see if that'll show up in YouTube. Sometimes it screws up my streaming if I try to change there it is. Okay, we've got the forexfactory.com. Now, today we've got the interest rate, the policy rate, they call it, interest rate on the Japanese yen. That's from the Bank of Japan, and they're forecast to not raise or not lower the interest rate. That'll probably come in the next couple of hours. And then what do we got tomorrow? We've got the Bank of Canada interest rate, and that's called the overnight rate. And they are also forecast to not raise or lower the interest rate. And then on Wednesday after midnight in Thailand, that's 1 a.m. Thursday morning, Indochina time, we have what's called the federal funds rate. That's the interest rate on the US dollar. And it's not forecast to raise or lower. All of these central banks are holding the interest rate, not changing it. And then on Thursday, we've got the official bank rate. That's the interest rate on the pound. And again, not raising or lowering. That's the forecast. And that's it. Some employment news and various other news. So lots of high impact news this week. You want to be sure and watch this. Be aware because interest rates is one of the most important movers of currencies and commodities. I'll go back to my gold chart. And I just seem to have lost my screen there momentarily. Let's see if that will come back. It doesn't look like it's going to. Hang on a minute, guys. Bear with me here. Okay, I believe we're back now. Yes, let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when I share something different on my screen, it kicks me out. I don't know why. Yeah, that Tokyo market, Nova, that can be a good one initially. And then, the first candle can sometimes be very good. And as today, then one good candle, then it reversed. But what's going on? What we're seeing now, gold is everything is based on the Middle East war. The war in Iran between the U.S. and Israel and Iran, all of that. That's what's moving the markets. or not moving the markets. Right now, it's kind of slowed down a little bit because they're trying to have peace talks and then they're not having peace talks, and who knows what's going on really. But the war is continuing. Nothing has been resolved. The Strait of Hormuz is still closed, supposedly. And that means that inflation is going to continue to rise globally in Europe, Asia, the United States. And if inflation continues to rise, continues to be a problem, the central banks will not only hold their interest rates, they might start to increase the interest rates later this year. So high interest rates is good for the currency, but that puts pressure on gold. And last year we saw gold starting to climb to, all-time highs, but the market was expecting to see lower interest rates, which is good for gold. But now the war has started and inflation is increasing all around the world. And what central banks do to try and control inflation is to increase the interest rate on their currency, to raise the interest rate. And that puts pressure on gold. That's not good for gold. High interest rates on the US dollar, well, people would rather hold the US dollar. If they're going to get good interest rates on the US dollar, they'd rather hold that than gold. So I think our um, near term outlook for me is lower prices on gold. And I could be wrong, and anything can happen. I'm not trying to predict the markets. Anything can happen, and we just have to trust our strategy and let the price action tell us what it's going to do. That's why you see I don't have any indicators on my chart. I only have the trend line, and the trend line strategy works well for me. If it breaks below this trend line, then I will. If it breaks below and closes below, then I will go short. But usually I don't get anything until like in the first half hour. So Nova, I think you probably went long on that first candle in the Tokyo session, and then you closed that out, secured your profit. Did you reverse the trade? 46.70 and 47.15. 46.70 and 47.15. 46.70 is right here, which you're saying we might come down to, and then 47.15 where we might go back up to. Yeah, that's a nice range. Maybe it'll trade within that range today. We had a high yesterday of 47.30, and we had a low yesterday of 46.66. So let's see how it plays out today. Yeah, like you told me the other day, you always trade Tokyo in the Asian section. I get a lot of chats, a lot of comments, so I apologize if I didn't remember specifically what you said the other day. We get people in here from all over the world. A lot of times we get people from Australia, New Zealand. I don't see them in here today. And then sometimes from the Caribbean, from the U.S., once in a while from South America, sometimes from Canada. I actually have students in more than 25 countries around the world, and I've been trading forex and gold since 2014. Before that, I used to trade on the New York Stock Exchange. I traded options, but only trading forex and gold, and some other things, currencies, oil, sometimes platinum, since 2014. So that's almost, yeah, about 12 years. And we're getting some indecision here. Look at this. And one bearish candle. Now we got a doji, and now starting our third candle, candle number three, at 20 minutes past the hour. Sometimes a doji can be a continuation candle. It indicates indecision in the market. But now we're getting a big bearish move here on this one initially. Let's see what happens. The price of oil hasn't done anything. The price of oil, oh, it's going up today. Look at that. Okay, it started going up during the Tokyo market. Tokyo pushing the price of oil up. $95 a barrel. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, but it hasn't really done too much in the last few days. A lot of zigzag, a lot of sideways movement. We had a high last Friday of $96 a barrel. Now it's at 95. So we might start to see higher prices. Yeah, the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, as far as I know. I hear different. I hear things about that. It is closed. It's not closed. It's blockaded. It's not blockaded. And now Iran is in. Their ambassador is in Russia talking to Putin. I don't know what that's about. I did scan the news this morning. I don't see anything really major. Hey, there's Raj there, and now we've got somebody from down under. Good morning to you. I didn't post in Telegram that I was going live. Yesterday I couldn't go live. I had problems with the streaming software, and it was apparently a technical glitch with the streaming software provider because today I'm able to log in and do everything like normal. I sent a support ticket to them, but they didn't reply. It's just, okay, never mind. Today it's working. And you guys that are in my Telegram group, I'm going to be very quiet this week on Telegram and Line and WhatsApp and everything else. I'm taking a little bit of a break from the social media this week. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'll be live every day, same time, same channel. I just need to get away from social media for a little while. I've got some friends coming down today from the northeast of Thailand. They'll be arriving this morning. Yeah, it's always good to take a break, Raj. Always good to take a break. Haven't seen you, regularly. Seen you pop in a couple of times the last couple of weeks, but not too much. I haven't seen Howard for a while. So this is our third candle here on the 10-minute chart. We had a bearish candle, then a doji, and now it just looks like a lot of industry market right now. But that's normal. That's quite normal. And then maybe in about 20, 30 minutes, it'll start to kick off one direction or the other. Let's just look quickly at yesterday, see what happened during that Asia move. We had this big move up here. This was just before Shanghai opened. And then Shanghai and Singapore opened. Boom, got a big pin bar. And it came back down. and then finally kind of kicked in 1 hour after the opening, and then it went to the moon. Well, not all the way to the moon, but big move up. This didn't start until after the first hour of Singapore and Shanghai opening. That was yesterday. And then after it reached that high there of what was it, 47.30, then it just fell down for the rest of the day. Even in the New York session, big drop in the New York session. This one is 1 hour after Wall Street opened, right there. And here we are today, not doing anything yet. This is where we sit on our hands, we wait, be patient, let the market tell us what it's going to do. Oh, sorry to hear about that, Raj. You had a state of emergency, flooding in the capital. Is that because of, I guess, because of a lot of rain? Is it your rainy season there? Okay. Yeah, it'd be good to see you again back in your routine. And sorry to hear about the flooding. A state of emergency, that's pretty serious. I haven't seen that on the news. Of course, we don't really get much from New Zealand on the news, and certainly not about the weather. I do scan through the headlines every day, but I don't usually see much on New Zealand. Oh, really? A lot of damage to the infrastructure. Wow. Okay, a couple of weeks back. That's when you started to go quiet. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, great, great. Good to have you back here. I don't think you ever told me, but now you're talking. I think I'm assuming that you live in Wellington. That's where the rain was. Okay. I've never been to New Zealand. I've been to Australia, lived there for 5 years, but didn't get over to New Zealand. So not very familiar. I know, but apparently, apparently it's very expensive country. I remember recently your prime minister, former prime minister, moved to Australia because New Zealand was so expensive. I think that's the way the story goes. Okay, just getting sideways movement here today. Nothing happening here on the with gold just yet. Jump over and look at oil again. Yeah, oil made a big move up from the low today of $94.50 up to, well, it just went up $1, but still a big move on oil. And just remember this key level here. This is 4660. And this is where, if you look at the daily chart, this is where we've been bouncing off of for 20 trading days. So that's the market structure right now between 4660 and 4870. It's a $200 range where it's been in the last 20 trading days. So we're waiting for a break of structure. If it breaks below this key level here and closes below that, then we could be going to lower prices. And I'm talking about maybe 4,300, 4,400. And I believe we will be seeing lower prices. Even the daily chart, 4-hour chart, you're seeing lower lows and lower highs. We're already in a bearish trend. Above your waist in some parts. Wow. Wow, that's some deep water. Yeah, come to Asia. It's great over here. Either Vietnam. Vietnam is a great place. It's also very cheap. I would recommend either Vietnam or Thailand. Of course, I've been in Thailand for 37 years, so I would always recommend Thailand. I would not recommend Laos. I mean, it's okay, but it's a very small country, only a small population, 7 million people. I've been there maybe 50 times, but not much going on there really in the way of business or networking or entrepreneurship. In Cambodia, I've heard Cambodia is cheap place to live, but a little bit behind the rest of the Asian countries. You want a reasonably developed, good infrastructure country, that would be Thailand or Vietnam. Okay, looks like we might get a break below the trend line here. Now it's that's the 8:30 candle. Still got 10 minutes to go on that one. I'm going to open up my MT5 just to get ready. Okay, got MT5 open, and I'm going to, yeah, it's definitely looking bearish now. Okay, so if this breaks below the trend line and closes below, I would need to put my stop loss at 47, 4,700, right there with that line. That would be good, yeah. Let's see what it's going to do. If this candle closes below the trend line, I'm going to go short. And but we still have time. Still have 7 minutes on this candle, so need to just wait patiently, see what happens. So we got this move down. I got these three sideways. Boy, it's sometimes hard to sit on your hands, eh? But it's happened so many times. If I was to go short now, it's happened so many times that candle reverses. If I don't follow my rules, this is a rules-based strategy. Break and close below the trend line, then I go short. No close below the trend line, I don't go short. And it's already pulling back. Oh God. Ah, there we go. Now it's trying to suck me in. Just looking at my MT5, stand by a little bit. Oh, and now look at that, pulling back. Still have another 3 minutes on this candle. Does anybody else have a trade open right now? Anybody going short on gold? So another 3 minutes. Look at that pulling back. See? It always pays to be patient. Everybody's gone quiet. I assume you don't have a trade open at the moment. And this initial candle here, so we had the opening of the market, we had red, green, red, green. Market still has not decided which way it wants to go. Another 1.5 minutes on this candle. Unbelievable. Just made lunch, eh? Okay. Yeah. I believe we're 6 hours difference. Okay, just lost my screen there momentarily. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Was looking bearish here on this candle, and look what happened. Just waiting patiently, and then it turns around and goes the other direction. Maybe just coming back to our pivot point and then starting to go back down. We'll wait and see. Earnings week. Okay. Yeah, before you came in, Raj, I showed the forexfactory.com calendar, and which is mostly related to currencies and commodities. And this week is the week that a lot of the central banks announced their interest rate change. Japan, Canada, England, the U.S., and they're all announcing so far the forecast is there'll be no change on the interest rate, which means they don't expect to lower the interest rate. And if interest rates are going to stay high, that will put pressure on gold to continue to lower prices. In fact, Japan's interest rate announcement should be momentarily. I don't think they've said anything just yet. They never announced the they never announced the time. It's always tentative. Let me just check again right quick. No announcement yet. Probably within the next hour or so, they will announce the interest rate. It's forecast that there'll be no change. Yeah, well, in the Asia market yesterday, it was all buyers. So we haven't seen really anything clear yet. But yeah, we're kind of holding this level here at around 46.80, 46.85, roundabout in there, 46.84. And it might bounce off at the pivot point. Let's see, 46.92, or maybe come back up to 4700 and then fall back down. Anything can happen. We just no clear direction yet. Yes, that pivot point, that's generally recognized as the opening point for the day. Yeah, it's going to be a volatile week. That's generally it's never exactly, but that's generally the considered the opening price of the day. And then it's kind of like a magnet. The price will move away from that, come back to it, drop away from it, come back to it, until we get some direction to move towards either resistance or down to support. Now look at that. Red, green, red. Oh my God. It's just playing with us. Maybe in the next hour it might do something. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And usually when I do that, then the price starts to move. Typically that happens. But I appreciate everybody being here. I remember I will be here Monday to Friday, same time, same channel. I'm going to be quiet on the social media, Telegram and Line and WhatsApp and all those for the rest of this week. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'll be here on YouTube live every day, Monday to Friday. And just be aware that there's a lot of high impact news this week. We're going to see a lot of volatility, so always use the stop loss, always protect your capital. And if you want to message me, you can reach me. I will be reading the messages, but not replying too much. But if you need to reach out to me, you can. Okay, thanks a lot for being here wherever you are in the world. Have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.